The time of space exploration is now, and there's no other company who's been leading this industry other than Elon Musk's SpaceX. As of recently, the company launched a $214 million NASA satellite into orbit to study black holes and dead stars. If you're curious about what the company has in store for this year, then keep on watching to know more. SpaceX launched a NASA satellite that cost $214 million into orbit to study black holes. Earlier in December 2021, SpaceX made history once again by launching a NASA satellite designed to examine black holes, dead stars, and the likes via the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer, or IXPE, was made possible through joint efforts with the Italian Space Agency, who was responsible for its design. This also marked NASA's first mission committed to measuring the polarization of X-rays from the most extreme and mysterious objects in the universe, supernova remnants, supermassive black holes, and dozens of other high-energy objects, according to the space agency's press statement. Of course, a project of this caliber was made possible due to many years of dedicated research, which is what made it more sentimental for Martin Weisskampf, IXPE's principal investigator at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. It is an indescribable feeling to see something you've worked on for decades become real and launch into space, Weisskampf said in a statement. The IXPE's first focus will be the Crab Nebula, which is the remains of a dead star, according to a report published by Space.com, wherein the IXPE hopes to procure information from this astronomical wonder. What polarization tells us depends on the source. Black holes, for instance, don't have a lot of properties, but you can measure the spin by looking at the variation in the polarimetry of X-rays emanating from the sources, Weisskampf detailed during a pre-launch conference dated last December 7th. So what is IXPE? IXPE stands for Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer, a mission initiated by NASA to enable astronomers to explore, for the first time, the hidden details of some of the most extreme and exotic astronomical objects, such as stellar and supermassive black holes, neutron stars, and pulsars. According to EO Portal's directory, one of the most curious cases we humans have always marveled at are black holes and their abilities to heat surrounding gases that surpass 1,000,000 degrees. According to scientific research, the high-energy radiation emitted by these gases can be polarized and vibrated in a certain direction. The IXPE is founded with these goals in mind, wherein its mission will fly 3 space telescopes with cameras capable of measuring the polarization of these cosmic X-rays, allowing scientists to answer fundamental questions about these turbulent and extreme environments where gravitational, electric, and magnetic fields are at their limits. IXPE is going to show us the violent universe around us, such as exploding stars and the black holes at the center of galaxies. We will be seeing these things in ways we've never been able to see before. Thomas Zurbuchen, an associate administrator for the Science Mission Directorate at NASA's headquarters in Washington, said in a statement, SpaceX launches Falcon 9 carrying 52 million satellites merely a week after IXPE. Elon Musk wasn't kidding when he said before that all hands were on deck at SpaceX. Since merely a week after IXPE was launched, the company followed it up with the release of 52 more Starlink internet satellites into orbit on December 18th. We did just have a successful first-stage landing, Yomai Zhao, a propulsion engineer for SpaceX, said during a live launch broadcast. Our 98th overall landing of an orbital-class rocket. The launch marked SpaceX's 98th successful landing and Falcon 9 booster as the company's most flown rocket yet, with a record of 11 flights. The satellites Falcon carried is part of SpaceX's plan to expand and upgrade Starlink's internet constellation and has upgraded features, which include the ability to communicate with each other via laser links. With these, the satellites can now improve network efficiency and will rely less on ground stations. As of the moment, there are up to 1,499 satellites launched in space since May of 2019. Dragon cargo ship launch marked SpaceX's 100th rocket landing. To cap off 2021, SpaceX took off the Dragon cargo ship on December 21st. That also marked the company's 100th rocket landing. Inside the cargo ship, the NASA supplies and Christmas gifts meant for the ISS in celebration of the holiday season. We're going to have some gifts for the crew, and we're going to fly some special food for Christmas dinner, Joel Montalbano, ISS program manager for NASA, said during a pre-launch news briefing on Monday, December 20th. We have some turkey, some green beans, beans, and everyone's favorite, fruitcake. SpaceX production supervisor Andy Train also couldn't hide his delight upon the spacecraft's successful launch. There it is! So this is the first landing for this particular booster, but the 100th successful landing for an orbital-class rocket, Train excitedly expressed in a live webcast. What a way to end off the year. Aside from gifts and other supplies, the Dragon also carried several interesting technologies that will help the astronauts stationed at the ISS, as well as the people on Earth. One interesting payload it carried was the BioPrint First Aid, a handheld device that can print a band-aid using the astronauts' own skin cells. Since it's using the astronauts' own skin cells, it helps speed up the healing process and reduce wound healing issues that could crop up during spaceflight. Along with these are two new missions for the crew that both involve experiments, namely the host pathogen experiment and the multivariable plant platform, or MVP Plant 01. An excerpt from Space.com's published article defines these experiments into the following. The host pathogen experiment will look at cells taken from various crew members at various stages during flight to assess how microbes affect the body's immune response. Researchers will take the samples collected and expose them to both normal bacteria and bacteria that's been exposed to spaceflight. This could lead to an immune system boost for astronauts during spaceflight, as well as to more effective care of patients here on Earth with compromised immune systems. On the other hand, the MVP Plant 01 will monitor the development of plant roots and shoots in microgravity as part of an effort to understand how plants adapt to changes in their environments. The research could help growers create more robust plants that can withstand harsh environmental changes like long droughts. To say that SpaceX had a busy 2021 would be an understatement, with 8 different cargo ships, 5 crew missions, and 2 different space tourist groups, one of which carried a Russian film crew, and the other Yusaku Miyazawa and his assistant. Montalbano also expressed his thanks to the ISS team across the globe for what the company was able to accomplish within the year. As you know, we work and operate around pandemic constraints, and the teams have just been outstanding, he added during a statement. Dragon mission manager Sarah Walker even called 2021 a record-breaking year for the company during the rocket's pre-launch on December 20th, and narrated how the company surpassed their previous launch record of 26 with 31. However, Elon Musk originally wanted 48 launches of the system in 2021. As successful as they are, they also struggled with the pandemic and a bit of supply and equipment shortage, with employees pulling in all-nighters and being called through holiday breaks. Elon Musk keeps a positive outlook on space exploration and SpaceX launches. Musk has always been open about his Mars exploration mission, which he believes will benefit not only our planet, but humanity as a whole, which he explained briefly in his interview with Time magazine. The goal overall has been to make life multiplanetary and enable humanity to become a spacefaring civilization, Musk told Time in an interview shortly after he was named Person of the Year by the prestigious magazine. And the next really big thing is to build a self-sustaining city on Mars and bring the animals and creatures of Earth there, sort of like a futuristic Noah's Ark. We'll bring more than 2 though. It's a little weird if there's only 2. The eccentric billionaire is known for his zealous work ethic and go-getter attitude, so hearing him say these things was enough to hype the public, especially his cult following, about his plans for the company. Of course, there are others who also repeatedly call out the richest man in the world, either for his antics or for whatever he has to say, which got him in too many troubles with US officials and even the government itself. This year alone, the US government and several officials, especially US Senator Elizabeth Warren, continuously hounded Musk over his taxes. Musk also had to think about his other company, Tesla, which also struggled with its backlogs because of the supply and equipment shortage, but Tesla Inc. managed to pull through and even exceed their Q4 deliverables, much to the public's amazement. As much as we'd like to discuss more, we've run out of time. And with that, we're wrapping up today's episode about SpaceX's launch of NASA's satellite into orbit. Which upcoming project of the space company are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments down below. And before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell turned on. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.